Hey, what's up? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free complimentary cruise. We're going to be talking about the difference between playing craps on a cruise versus in a regular casino, just verbally. I'm not going to roll anything out, but I have some stuff to share. You would not believe it. Watch this.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps and winning free cruises. I'm going to show you what it's all about, so let's get rolling.
All right, again, hey, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel here if you haven't already, because we're talking about playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And the first thing you need to know how to do is to play craps. Now, craps can be a complicated game, and it can be very confusing because there's so many things on the table. But I try to make it pretty simple here at the channel. So subscribe, learn how to play craps so that you can earn a free cruise next time you go on a cruise. You'll never have to pay full price for a cruise again, and that would be amazing. Speaking of what you'd have to pay, you only have to pay taxes and port fees whenever you get a comped cruise. And when you get a comped cruise, it's for 2 people. And so a lot of times we go on 7-night cruises, sometimes balconies, and we get like $500 worth of free play in the casino, and it only costs us around $200 to $300. Let's say $300 on the high end. $300 for a comped cruise, that's just taxes and port fees. 7 nights, all the food's included, entertainment's included, but your bankroll, unless you have free play, your bankroll in the casino's not included. But even if you brought an entire bankroll and it was cost the same amount as the cruise and you lost it all, you pretty much paid for a free cruise. But you paid for another cruise. So you're on a cruise, and every time you go on a cruise, you win another cruise. Wouldn't that be awesome? Subscribe to the channel here, and that way you can be up to date on all of that kind of stuff, because playing in the casino on a cruise is a little bit different, especially playing craps on a cruise, because a lot of times people are really caught off guard with like the odds. For example, odds are different on a Royal Caribbean cruise than they are in the casino. So sometimes people come up with their $10 on a pass line, and they want to put 3, 4, 5 times worth of odds behind the line, and it's not allowed, because if it's a $10 table and you have $10 on the pass line, it's only single odds. It doesn't go, this is crazy, it doesn't go to 3, 4, 5 times odds until you put $50 on the pass line. If you're willing to risk $50 on the pass line, whether it's a $10 table or not, $5, even a $5 table minimum, you have to put $50 on the pass line to get the 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5 times odds on a cruise. Actually, I don't even recommend even ever playing odds on the cruise. Why? Because odds in any casino is not counted towards your comp value. Meaning, if I was playing odds and I put $10 on the pass line and another $10 in odds, single odds, so I have $20 on the table, that's only counted as a $10 bet, not a $20 bet, which means I'm not getting comped for half of the money that I have on the table. I'm only getting half the amount of comps. And the way that the comps work, or the comp value, is you get points for your average bet. However much money you have on the table, you get points for that. Now you might say, how many points do I get for that? Well, if you played $10 as an average bet for 1 hour, you would probably get about 10 points. And most people say, oh, that's not worth it, I'll just go play slots. But the thing about slots is, when's the last time you ever played slots and was able to hedge your bets? Nope, there's no hedging bets in slots. There's no insurance. I mean, even on blackjack, there's like insurance, but how you can't even hedge your bet on blackjack or 3-card poker. You have to have an ante. I'm telling you, probably one of the best games to hedge your bets, and that's very, very fun, is the game of craps, because you can hedge your bets and actually not risk all the money that you have on the table. You can have $100 on the table, getting 100 points per hour by having that $100, but only be risking about half of it. And if you don't know how to do that with what's called the DP or the don't pass, maybe you should watch the channel and learn a little bit more about playing craps, because you might say, well, no, it's too complicated, I'm not going to play craps. Is there another game? Is there something else I could do? Roulette, you can also hedge your bets with roulette, and you can win one, lose another. But the idea is you don't want to break even. You want to have some type of jackpot, right? Some type of way that you can actually win money, not just sit there like with craps. You can't bet on the don't pass and the pass, because that's a simple zero out. You would get 0 points comped for that. Just like if you were on roulette and you put $10 on red and $10 on black. I mean, it's not a 50-50 shot, because if the zeros come up, then you lose, right? But you still, that comp value would be 0, because you're balancing it out as 0. So when it comes to comps, it's not just about playing both sides. It's about playing a strategy, and that's one thing we train and teach here, and we talk about on our. So watch some of the other videos. Playing strategies where you cannot risk your money every single roll and have some type of hedge when it comes to playing craps, so that you can earn a free cruise. Not play craps so you can earn a bunch of money or lose a bunch of money, because with a lot of times with hedging systems, you'll either win slow or lose slow. And some people are like, I don't want to do that. I want to get in, win some money, and get out. Or get in, lose my money, and get out, right? That's what people do. But it's not all about that when you're playing craps on a cruise, because you're there to earn the free cruise. So time at the table is crucial. Whenever you're playing, make sure to play for at least an hour per session. And to do that, I always recommend breaking up your bankroll, or the amount of money that you're playing for that session. Break it up by 10 shooters, because if you go through 10 shooters, you'll be there for about an hour. And if you take $100 and you're there for about an hour doing $10 minimum, average bet, then you might say, well, that's just 10 points, because it's usually average bet by hour. And you might say that's just 10 points. Well, if you're playing in a way where you actually do add more money on the table because you're winning or because you're spreading out, you actually make more than 10 points per that hour. I think the most money or the least amount of points that I've gotten by playing minimum on a $5 table is like 27 points per hour, even though I was only playing out like minimum bets on a $5 table. And that's something to keep in mind. Think about it. On a $5 table, or the lower amount of tables, you're going to get lower points. So you could be there for longer, risking less money, but you'll also get less points. So keep that in mind whenever you're playing. But the thing I really wanted to share in this video is basically to say, hey, if you don't know how to play craps, learn how to play craps, but also know that playing craps on a cruise may be a little bit different. So I talked a little bit about the odds being different, that you can only play single odds. If it's a $10 table and you go up to 15, it's really complicated. I have a video you'll have to watch about that, how playing craps on a cruise is different. But basically, not only is it different, the reason why I wanted to say that is because your regular strategies that you might be using on a regular casino might not work when you get on the cruise. So I think that's important to understand. Like sometimes people do like a 3-point molly. If you know craps, there's this strategy called 3-point molly with max odds. Well, if you do a 3-point molly with a $10 table, you can only do single odds. So the house edge, or the low house edge, is gone when it comes to like a 3-point molly play. And I think sometimes people will come on a cruise, they'll want to do their 3-point molly, and then they can't, because you can't do 3, 4, or 5 times odds, so you can only do single odds. So they find themselves betting more money so that they can get the true odds, and they lose more fast. And basically, I've seen it a lot, okay? And what I'm saying is, when it comes to odds, whether you play odds or don't play odds, I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe that you're going to break even whether you play odds or not. Meaning that when people play odds and they win big. But when people play odds and they lose all that money as well. If you didn't play odds, the simple win rate or win-lose ratio is going to break you even at the end. So what I'm saying, and this might be pretty cool, I might do a video about this, is to actually show a player side by side, one that plays odds and one that doesn't play odds, for an extended amount of time. Now that's the key, the extended amount of time. you're going to find that most cases they're going to end up the same, where they either lost, because we're talking about the same rolls of the dice, they're either lost the same amount of money or they won the same amount of money. The difference is one didn't play odds and one did. And when one won, they won big. And when they lost big. And the other one was consistent, just with simple, flat, base bets with no odds. Well, the thing is, which one would get more comp value? The one that didn't play odds would get probably the same amount of comp value as the one that put all kinds of money on the table. And so I think that's where this channel and this video specifically is talking and wanting to help people, that when you go on a cruise and you're playing craps on a cruise, it's different. And so I think a lot of times, and I don't get a lot of haters, I think a lot of people like my channel, and I thank you for that. I thank you for the likes, the subscribes, all my channel members. It's been awesome, and it's going to continue to be awesome, right? But if there's any critiques that people have, it's that they say you shouldn't play that way. Well, there's a reason we play the way we play on a cruise, because you can't play that way on a cruise like another way. So I think that's important to keep in mind, and to know that it's different when you're playing craps on a cruise. So for all you, and there's not a lot, but if there are any haters out there that say the way I play is like not a good way to play, like when you go to Vegas, I may agree with you, but when I'm on a cruise, I'm playing in a way that I can earn comp value and get a free cruise and keep my money. So that's where it's truly free. Because the thing is, if you go in, I mean, I literally have seen this, and I talked about it a lot, but I've literally seen where people have lost like $25,000 over the course of a 7-day cruise, and even more. But let's say $25,000 that they lost at the craps table. But guess what they did? They won a free comped cruise, worth $4,000. So did they overpay for that cruise? Yeah, they probably did, So I always say, don't bring more money than what the cruise costs. But I think I'm going to just stop the video here and just say that was enough information for this video. And if you want to learn more about how you can get comped cruises and for playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise, then subscribe to the channel here. Watch this video on becoming a channel member so that you could learn more about that, because I have secret videos with secret tips on how to do it here. But if you watch enough videos, you'll probably know how to do it. I'm not trying to keep anything secret. I just want to say thanks for my channel members. All right, until next time, I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.